Okay, so today's video isn't some jokey haha analysis thing. This time we're going knee deep into a conspiracy of epic proportions that can be found in the legendary 6th generation of video game consoles. Yes, one of the greatest eras in video game history with some of the most groundbreaking and content-rich titles hides a dark secret. Indoctrination of the highest level, I have discovered the true intent of this age of gaming. To make us all go to the beach. D-Day 2, bitches. Think about it. Let's just take a look at Nintendo's offerings that gen. The three main players in their repertoire of franchises: Super Mario, Super Zelda, and Super Pokemon. You seeing what I'm seeing? Super Mario Sunshine, the most holiday beach game of all time. Mario is sent to an island resort and spends most of his time rolling around in the sand with the hot sun glaring down at him. A game with sunshine so intense, Mario needs shades to protect himself from the rays above. Wind Waker is literally a game about sailing from island to island. A game so hot, Link is uncomfortable wearing the warm tunic we're accustomed to seeing him wear, showing that the past is classic Zelda iconography, and the future is the beach. And of course, Pokemon Ruby and Sapphire set in Hoenn, an island range with many seaside locations, and half a map of deep-sea diving. But it's not just Nintendo acting suspicious in this Aquarius conundrum. Exhibit B, the PlayStation 2. Now, when I got my PlayStation 2 in the early 2000s, it came with one game: Kingdom Hearts. You boot up the console and boom, it's a goddamn beach bonanza. Destiny Islands was as beach as it gets. But Square wasn't satisfied with just Kingdom Hearts. Anybody remember a little game called Final Fantasy X-10? What sports do you play in that game? None other than a variant of beach volleyball, blitzball, and big pools of water. Is anybody else seeing this? Your big budget PS2 opus was not complete until somebody runs along the beach. MGS2 is as close to a numbered beach Metal Gear game we're ever gonna get. You seeing the big shells? Where do they usually come from, huh? This is like the future sci-fi beach, only the meta machinations of the Metal Gear series could cook up, I'm telling you. No longer does sand separate land and sea, but merely the cold, uncaring harshness of steel. Seagulls everywhere causing havoc, the dystopian beach for the modern age. Ratchet & Clank 2 had a secret level that featured unfinished material. In there you can find a test patch of water they couldn't use for the actual liquid all over the game because it was too complex for the PS2 to handle in large quantities. They knew the only way to win the console war was to create the most powerful water possible in the beach generation, but they went too far. They created water that was too mighty for the PlayStation 2 to handle. Science turned psychopathy. There was something so beachy about the first day I booted up my PS2 and started Kingdom Hearts. But there was something else, something more, enveloping me in the beach vibe I get every time I boot up the PlayStation 2. And then it hit me. The menu. What can you hear in the background? It's the sound of waves! Subliminal messaging within the PS2 transmitting the sound of the tide straight into your brain. Wake up, people! Even the Dreamcast can't escape the 6th gen beach curse with its Sonic Adventure and Crazy Taxi San Francisco sunny goodness. Seaman, could this be any more obvious? Now, some of you may be wondering, what about the original Xbox? I don't remember much in the way of huge quantities of beaches on that system. Well, Microsoft were new to the console game at the time, so it's fair to say that this conspiracy might have been more of a Japanese fabrication, what with the PS2 and the GameCube being from the land of the rising sun. But even then, Halo, the flagship game of the Xbox, one of its most memorable levels, the open area exploration of the silent cartographer, where does it take place? On the shitting beaches! And when Japan finally got their dreaded games on the system, what did we get? Dead or alive, beach volleyball. The truth is out there, people. Now you're probably wondering why. Why would all this happen? Why would they do this? Was the game industry in cahoots with the travel holiday industry? Trying to get us to pay big for cruise ships and beach parties? Was the sunblock industry flagging and they needed a new demographic of pasty-ass gamers out in the open to buy more? Was it the drink moguls trying to up sales by making us thirsty looking at these hot-ass games? Was it because the new power of the platforms of the time offered water effects that could finally look semi-good, so game devs were more inclined to include them in their titles? Like how now forest foliage looks better so every release is set in the jungle? Nobody will truly know the answer, or whether or not our scary video game overlords succeeded in their dastardly deeds at the time. But one thing I can say for certain. It was pretty good. I mean, it all made for nice levels, better than all the deserts we got in the 7th gen. I'm just saying it's kinda nostalgic. Kinda syncs up with the playful and fun and optimistic worlds these games wanted to create. You know, I look back on this generation fondly, playing these games on hot summer days and getting enveloped in their worlds. It makes me smile. In real life, what, you go to the mountains and the forest to go on a hike or a walk or something, but why do people go to the beach? To play some fun games and have a good time.